What's up, Aries? Let's see what messages Spirit has for you in the next 48 hours. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aries placement. What messages do we have? All right, let's see. So we have the Fool card, the Nine of Swords, the Lovers, Four of Cups, Two of Cups, Knave of Swords, King of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Moon, Two of Coins, the Knave of Coins, Three of Coins, Temperance to the Nine of Coins. All right, the general energy that I'm getting here is a lot of you guys are on a path right now to staying single. But okay, yes, you guys are on a path right now, like staying single. I think that you guys are also like remaining open to the idea of getting into a relationship. But I think for the most part, it's just kind of not really what you're looking for at this point in time. I am seeing though that you guys could be hiding the fact that you're juggling someone as well, is what I'm getting. So I feel like Aries, like maybe you're just like not wanting to, I feel like you're not wanting to date in order to take someone seriously. But at the same time too, like if you didn't have this person, you wouldn't even be putting any like forth effort towards something. Like there is a secret here, and I feel like with the Eight of Wands, the Moon, the Two of Coins, I feel like there is juggling going on, and there's communication with someone you probably, not that you shouldn't be communicating with them, but there's something taboo about it. So I do see that. Also too, I feel like there's a new beginning when it comes to you guys staying single with the Knave of Coins, the Three of Coins, Temperance, and the Nine of Coins. Yeah, like you guys are being patient when it comes to being single. A lot of you guys are just giving into it. You're like, well, I'm not gonna find my person anytime soon, or maybe you have. I am seeing here that there was a high potential with somebody, possibly in the recent past, and I'm talking like within maybe the last 6 months, possibly a year, but I'm really getting the last 6 months. Where you thought it was going to go somewhere and it didn't. And if it didn't happen in the last 6 months, I'm feeling like that's how long you were in this dynamic with this person. It was like 6 months and you were like, it just didn't go anywhere, right? Some of you guys still spy on this person, or someone's spying on you at this point in time. This is someone that you've cut off. But again, it's like there's this urge to possibly want to communicate with someone if you're not secretly communicating with them. But I just see you guys mostly... Some of you guys are mostly in your head about what to do with this person, with this situation. But then others of you are like, I'm hearing free agents. So I'm feeling like this can kind of sway one way or another, okay? This is just general energy. So I don't know if you've been feeling like this for a while, or if this is like something you're starting to feel, or if this is how you'll feel for the remainder of Aquarius season. But there is something here about that. So let's go ahead and break this down. With the Fool, a lot of you guys in the next 48 hours could be experiencing some sort of new path, a new journey. This could regard not necessarily love. For some of you, it could be, but for others of you, I feel like you're like traveling alone when you're doing this. Yeah, sorry, thought I heard something. Yeah, so it's like you guys are traveling alone on this new path, on this journey. So a lot of you guys, like I said, are just accepting the fact that relationships just aren't on the table for you right now. You could have recently come out of something where you're just like, I'm done with the headache. Like, I feel like some of you guys might have even gone on a date like in the last couple of weeks, and there was a potential, and maybe there still is, but there's something off about it. It's like you can maybe see yourself going somewhere with this person, but at the same time too, you're like, I'm probably better off alone. Or maybe there's this curiosity of like, oh, is there something else out there? is what I'm getting. So some of you guys could be putting yourself on dating apps or continue to stay on dating apps, and moving forward you're just kind of exploring new options is what I'm feeling. With the Nine of Swords, you guys could be stressed out about something in the next 48. You guys are losing sleep over something. You guys could have anxiety. I'm hearing social anxiety. Maybe even PTSD. Some of you guys might have served, or you might know somebody that has PTSD, but there's something to do with PTSD with like, either if it's not like genuine PTSD like from the military, then this is like PTSD in love, okay? Because like the way he's looking at this Nine of Swords, right? And then the Nine of Swords comes and clarifies the lovers. It's like you guys, again, could be in a, like stressing yourself out when it comes to this whole love debacle. Some of you guys are questioning whether or not it's ever going to happen. A lot of you guys are questioning if, you know, the people that you're dealing with are the people you should be dealing with or supposed to be dealing with. There's something here about that. And so I just feel like there's a lot of questions, not enough answers. So in the next 48, you could be really just determining if the people you're dealing with are worthy of your time. Are they going to be worthy of you investing in them in the near future? If you're not stressed out about a person, I do see that you are stressed out about some sort of decision you've made recently in terms of a new beginning. Some of you guys might have quit your jobs and might not have had anything lined up. So some of you guys could just be like, I don't know, just kind of, I'm seeing like someone like floating around in space, right? You're just kind of like hanging out, you're chilling, you're trying to figure out what your next move's going to be, the next venture that you want to partake in. Some of you guys genuinely don't want to continue doing what it is that you do for work. So there's something here about like I said earlier, like a free agent. So if you're not out of work, then you're out of a relationship. So I'm definitely feeling that. This is feeling like solo energy, honestly, okay? With the Lovers, you could be dealing with a Gemini, or you could have a Gemini placement. But I do see here that you guys could be interacting with a potential love interest, right? So for those of you that are currently dating someone or have recently started dating them, you feel a strong connection to them. Some of you guys that are spiritual could feel like this is someone that's also spiritual. So maybe maybe they talk about, you know, the occult like tarot, or maybe they know about astrology, or like there's something here about you guys having that in common. So some of you guys that are genuinely like into the mysticisms of the metaphysical, I do see you guys attracting someone of that same caliber. For others of you, you just, some of you guys believe in like the whole soulmate thing, right? And so again, the Lovers talks about soulmate. It is soulmate energy. So I do see here that you guys could have met someone recently, and you could be dealing with them in the next 48, or you could be stressed out about that, right? With the Fool, the Nine of Swords, and the Lovers, I feel like in the next 48, you could genuinely be stressed out about taking a step forward in a relationship. Some of you guys are just dating this person, nothing's been solidified, and so like you guys could have that fear, right? Like the PTSD of like, do I really want to get into another relationship? Am I ready? Is this person really going to be who they say they are, or am I going to, you know, give into this and then they're just going to pull the rug from under me? So there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of questions and no answers, but again, it's like the only way to get your answers is to experience whatever this is. And so there is a lot of stress possibly in the next 48 when it comes to having to deal with a new person. If this is having to do with the job, I think that you guys are questioning whether or not this is something you want to do anymore. So if you've been in a career for a really long time, I think that you guys are stressed out. One, like work initially does stress you out, but two, it's like, is it worth the stress? Like some people love their jobs enough that even when they're having a bad day, it doesn't matter. They love their job, right? It's rewarding what they do. It fills them with purpose. And so I feel like you guys are questioning if whether or not this is fulfilling your purpose to some degree, right? With the Four of Cups, again, you guys could be left dissatisfied with something, some sort of result in the next 48. This could pertain to a lover, but I just feel like there's just something that comes up in the next couple days where it wasn't what you expected. So again, for those of you that might have like left the job and you didn't have anything lined up, I feel like there's someone here that's like applying, but but isn't getting the results that they want. So I feel like in the next 48, it's probably not going to be any different than what it has been. And that just depends on like how diligent you've actually been on like trying to look for new work, right? So there is something here about feeling discontentment when it comes towards exploring a new avenue, okay? With the Two of Cups, I feel like in the next 48, again, you have the Lovers and you have the Two of Cups. So there is definitely someone here that is dealing with another individual who you feel has a very strong potential to be your person. Some of you guys could have just like gotten into relationships just to get into relationships, but it's like you really do have a lot in common with this person. Purpose. So no matter what, there's a purpose here, especially with the Two of Cups and the Lovers. It's like soulmates aren't just like happily ever after, right? Like soulmates are meant to trigger you. They're meant to teach you. They're meant to help you grow. Like you guys are meant to help each other evolutionize yourselves, but just together, right? And so if that's something that you believe, I do feel like that's something that is going on. With the Lovers, the Four of Cups and the Two of Cups, again, there could just be a situation in the next 48 that pertains to a person you are dealing with that you're just not feeling. So maybe you're ready for a relationship and in the next 48 you propose it and they're like, yeah, not quite there. And so, like, that's not the news you wanted to hear, right? Because you're putting yourself out there. Aries is like, well, like, I'm telling you how I feel, and I don't really, like, do this. This is a rarity, and the fact that you're turning this down, like, you're an idiot. Like, I literally feel like someone is, like, judging another person for not wanting to be with them. But again, I feel like you're just not getting the answer that you want. Also, too, some of you guys might be at a point in your life where you believe that you may not find the person that you're meant to be with, okay? So a lot of you guys, you've been in multiple relationships, they haven't worked out, and so you're like, the proof is in the pudding. It's like I keep attracting all these people that aren't for me, so what are the odds that I'm finally gonna attract the right person? And so I feel like that's where this comes in. It's like you want the Lovers, right? But it's like you keep getting this like this disappointing outcome when it comes to your connections. And so I feel like in the next 48, you guys could be reflecting on something that hasn't worked out with another individual, or maybe something that isn't working out. You guys could possibly, like I said in the beginning, like there's someone here that's just giving up on the idea of love and just focusing on themselves. And so whether that's something you're being guided to do or whether this is a cycle that you need to finish out, I do see though ultimately a lot of you guys choosing to remain single, especially like with the Nine of Pentacles, like that's my single card. And so a lot of you guys, like I said, are just accepting the fact that you're going to be alone for now. I don't necessarily feel like you guys are meant to be alone forever. There's something that needs to happen in order for you to get to where it is you're going. Another thing too is you guys could be really, really picky, right? It's like with the Knave of Swords, you guys could be online in the next 48, online dating, you're checking out profiles. You guys could also be spying on a potential, right? Someone that you've dealt with or someone that you're dealing with. There's something here about being really picky. Like Aries can be very picky when it comes to the type of person that they want to be with. And it's because Aries tends to hold themselves to a high regard. I mean, there's a reason that Aries is the emperor in the tarot, right? That's the highest that you can be. And so I feel like you guys could be meeting people that just aren't meeting your standards. They don't make the cut. And so there is a need here that it's like, you want Prince Charming or you want Princess Charming, but it's like at the end of the day, like, are you really cut up to par for the things that you're asking for? Like maybe you do need to like step it down a notch. Like not everybody's gonna check every single box of yours, right? And so it's like it's about really figuring out which boxes are the most important. So it's like if you want someone that is gonna want a family, is gonna want to like I don't know, travel or relocate. Like if that's your biggest thing where you're currently at isn't where you see yourself raising kids, like that's something that's important, right? That's something that shouldn't be overlooked. Because it's like you could, every other box could be subjective to like the main idea, your bigger picture, but you're just settling for it because this person's really attractive or because, at least there's someone there. And so again, there's a need to stop settling for people that aren't necessarily on your level, but there's also a need to kind of like lower your standards in terms of what it is that you're really getting. It's like I'm hearing like build a bear. Like you guys are trying to build a person like to your liking. And it's like it's not gonna happen, right? So it's like you either take people for what they have to offer and hopefully it ends up being enough, or you just remain single, right? Because it's like you can't manipulate people into being exactly what you want them to be. And I feel like Aries tends to get a bad rap about the manipulation thing because, again, you're the emperor, right? You can get people to do what you want them to do. You guys are just very charming like that, okay? So yeah, I do see that someone is either spying on you or you're spying in the next 48. There's more information that you guys need to get on. This is feeling like a job. So you have the Knave of Swords and then you have the King of Swords. You're possibly at odds with somebody in the next 48. See how they have their backs to each other, but see how he's like looking at the sword. So I feel like he's looking at his reflection, but he's not worried, right? The king is experienced. The king knows how to use his sword. So your sword could be like your tool, right? It could also be the knowledge that you have. And so it's like where the Page of Swords, like, he's just like, oh, I've got a sword. I could strike at any time. It's like the King of Swords, like, I don't even need to look. Like, I'll know when you're ready to strike. Like, I could feel that intuitively, right? So a lot of you guys, there's a situation that's going to come up here in the near future, if not in the next 48, where you guys will be able to pick up on an energy that wants to move your way, but I'm not necessarily seeing that it's like a bad or a good thing. But it's like something catches you off guard, right? Or tries to. But it's like, I don't know, I see someone here like, let's say for example, you guys are intuitive, right? And for whatever reason, you're thinking about a person, place, or thing. And you're like, why do I keep thinking about this? Or why do I keep thinking about them? And then it's like, I don't know, 24 hours later, you hear from that person or you hear about that place. It's your discernment. It's your intuition that's trying to like let you know like, hey, someone's trying to creep up. So keep an eye out. This is like, whenever we think about people, depending on like what you believe, the energies are always like, we have connections with everybody we've ever dealt with, whether that was platonically or romantically, right? And so it's like, there's always this like internal alarm, which we call intuition. And so it's like you're just always able to pull up on people who, you know, kind of want to come your way, or even they can pick that up when you're trying to. So there's something here about that. It's like I see you guys being prepared for whatever this is. So maybe some of you guys know that you're about to receive a job opportunity, right? Or maybe you know that you're about to get approved for a loan. So there's something here about already knowing something that's coming before it happens. And so because of that, you're utilizing that intuition and you're moving forward with this information. So it's like if you know that you're being approved for a loan, like you're already like looking at a house or you're looking at a car. You're like, I already know I got approved. Like they don't even have to tell me. I'm just going to go and I'm going to look and cool, I'm gonna, you know, maybe you haven't applied yet. You're like, I know I'm gonna get approved. So you go, you do your thing, you apply, and like, yeah, you got it. So there's something here about that in the next 48. You could be getting something that you want. You just feel it intuitively. With the 8 of Wands, the Moon, the 2 of Coins, again, I feel like some of you guys might be juggling someone or you're communicating with someone behind the scenes. Like there's somebody here that nobody knows you're in contact with. You and this other individual are really good about keeping your communication under wraps. Like nobody knows about this. Not even your closest like friends know about this. But I do see a lot of communication in the next 48 for sure, whether that's your phone going off, whether it's your text messages going off, whether it's your kids needing you, your spouse needing you, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, your dog. Like you're like, I'm hearing you're wanted in the next 48 hours. You're like a hot commodity. You're like, everybody's just like, where's Aries? Where's Aries? We need Aries. Why isn't Aries here? So again, like you could be being pulled in multiple directions via some sort of like communication, right? So like I said, people are just calling your name or people just like, I don't know, I'm seeing like someone like tug on your shirt or on your coat or something like, hey, you come over here. Like they all of a sudden people need you in the next 48. So I don't know what that's about. The Moon, something that you don't see coming is coming. Is the best way to put that. In the next 48, something could be revealed. You guys could find out that you're being juggled by someone. you could find out that like someone hasn't been entirely like honest with you, and they've been giving to something else, and so, or to someone else, and so you guys find out. I feel like whatever this is that's coming out, I see that it's gonna, like, see how these dogs look like they're kind of like fighting. I feel like it's gonna cause a little bit of a disruption in the next 48. So whatever this is, like, even if this isn't a person you're dealing with, it's like whatever comes out in the next 48, it does upset you. Um, to the point where you could have an argument with someone, but it's like, I don't know, there could be a mediator, that lobster there, like someone could be coming in between you, or something could be coming in between you and your person, or whatever the situation is. Like, let's say this has to do with work. It's like you think that you have a coworker that's got your back, and that, like, is a genuine person, but then it turns out that, like, no, they have a darker side to them, and so that comes out where it's like you thought you've had a friend this whole time, but really you've had a competitor this entire time. Two of Coins, you guys could be juggling a lot in the next 48 hours. I see you guys running a lot of errands. I see you guys just kind of being everywhere at once is what I'm hearing. And so there's a need, like, for the next 48 hours to compartmentalize things. So it's like, figure out, like, look at your schedule, look at your day, manage, prioritize by, like, time management. But it's like, do the most important things first, because if you leave them for last, you're never gonna get to them, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so, like, that's how busy your day could be, where it's like you think that you could kind of put some things to the side, you'll be able to do them later, and it's like, no, you won't even have time. So again, like, do your best to do the more important things first, and then the other stuff can be last, type of thing. Because if you don't get to those, then you don't get to those. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Aries. Hopefully this helps and resonates, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.